Welcome back everyone, thanks for tuning into the channel again. I'm back with the iFlight BOB57. My first test flight didn't really go to plan. I didn't take it out of angle mode in beta flight, and that really put a dampener on how much I was able to test the FPV. So today I've come to a totally new location. I've never flown the FPV here before. It's at the Glasshouse Mountains here on the sunny coast. There's a lot more room here to play with. So I can really test the range here, test the batteries again for their squishiness. I also need to test the GoPro. I want to test the reliability on that. There's been an update for that, so I'll see if that's improved. That's why I'm here today, to make the proper first flight for the BOB57. It's been a couple of weeks. I guess for me, I'm still very nervous, even years later after crashing and starting off in this FPV journey. When there's so much on the line financially, and then you put a lot of time and effort into it, it creates this anxiety or nerves around it, and I think that's what makes a lot of people stop or give up. So for me, it's really just about taking my time and plodding through it and not wasting money. So that's what these tests are all about, and today I'm really excited, nervous still, but really excited to get out and test this range properly and see what little bugs might be in the system. But yeah, definitely a much better place to test it. There we go, all nice and snug. As with the last test flight, I'm going to go with the biggest, oldest battery that I have. I've been looking after them a bit better lately, only because I want to use them more, but it's about 2 years old, and like I said last time, it felt pretty squishy. But this will just be a further test in better conditions. As we said before, got to get it in nice and firm. Still haven't got the sticky pads. I'm on a bit of a budgetary restriction from the missus. She's not happy with all the money I'm spending at the moment, so just got to be careful with that. Keep her happy. Well, that looks pretty ready to go. The goggles. Looking good there. Goggles on. Alright, we got the controller on, got the goggles on. Let's power this guy up. Turn the GoPro on. So that's hitting record, we can definitely see that's on there. So now let's see how long that records for. Let's go for a fly. Alright, get it set up there. Low power state. Definitely not in angle mode. Disarmed. Alright, let's go. Much better. So much nicer to fly with that angle mode. The battery is very saggy. Let's put it that way. It doesn't have the ability to get up. So I'm going to keep this one pretty close to home, so I don't have to drive very far. Definitely nice getting some different footage though. Still super cool to fly. So as you may have just witnessed, I still don't know how to land properly. The drone, when it came down onto the mat, I don't think I killed the engine or the motors, so it just bounced over to the yonders and got some sand in there. I'm just gonna check and make sure that the props are okay. As you can see, there's a bit of gunk and shit on them, but if I'll just do a quick test and just see if they're working all right. Yeah, they seem fine. It appears that the GoPro also turned itself off halfway through the flight, so I'm just going to go back through the settings and have another look and just make sure I've got everything set right there, because it really shouldn't be turning itself off. So it's just doing an update. I honestly can't think of any other settings that it could be, so I think it's just a matter of trying this one. Hopefully it doesn't turn off. But it's really frustrating because I'm not capturing any of the landings or crashings that I'm doing on the way back. So, all right, battery number 2, let's give it a go. So we're at 300 and 400, 460 meters, about 500 meters here. Definitely able to test the range a bit more with this battery by the looks of it. So now the GoPro's at 1 minute 46 and hasn't turned itself off. So far the GoPro's been the weakest link, so maybe it's time for the DJI Action 5. Just saying. 2 minutes 48. I reckon it's around, maybe it's just then. No, just going to sleep. So the last flight, the battery lasted 4 minutes 40. So really, if this gets to 4 minutes constant recording, you know, it's not really this, it might be an environmental type issue. Either too hot, too much something happening from the drone, I'm not sure, but I don't think this is a widespread issue, that's all. So 3 minutes 48 now and still nothing. I think if I can get to 5 minutes and it hasn't turned off, then yeah, no, it's not settings. I think what I'll do is I'll turn screensaver off and see if that helps. Maybe jumping backwards and forth between screensavers, no good for it. Definitely one of my favorite spots, if not the favorite spot. Look at all this room and not a chance of anyone really rocking up on you. Maybe a possum or something, but yeah, no birds to worry about, no humans. Got the place to myself. Now I just got to become a better pilot. Alright, well I'm at 5 minutes now and it hasn't turned off. So I'll just let it run for a bit longer and see what's going on while I set up. But yeah, it doesn't seem to be the GoPro's settings. It seems to be environmental, I would say. Disappointing. Okay, so far I'm up to the 3rd battery. The first 2 have gone pretty good. Like, they're super spongy and they lack any real torque or power, which is to be expected. But it's too cool to test the range. I've been able to get about 400 meters that way, 400 to 500 meters that way, 400 to 500 meters that way, and then it's about 200 meters this way. So that's given me a good sort of baseline, and it all seems to be performing quite well even at those distances. So The last battery, I'm going to use the 4th battery, will be the real test of, to see how well the drone does, but definitely having it out of angle mode does improve my overall enjoyment, because yeah, it just feels more like an FPV, I guess. Fucking hot out here still. Summer's come early in Queensland. Whew. All right, let's get this 3rd battery in before I cook to death. Strapped in, ready to go. Yeah, it seems to have turned itself off in a similar style on there. Battery low now. Lucky I got plenty of them. Just gonna let the GoPro cool down a little bit. Yeah, she's not cool, that's for sure. So the GoPro's cooled down a little bit, but can't really wait around all day waiting for it to cool down. In normal conditions, it needs to be ready to go pretty much always, and whenever I'm out on a job, it's usually in hot conditions, so yeah, this needs to be capable. So let's see how we go. Like I said, so far it's been the most frustrating thing of this new setup. She's on there. It's on there. So it's on. I wouldn't say it's cool, but it's on. Let's do this. Battery number 3. There's a car behind me on the road. So it's easily 500 meters this way, and at quite low altitude too. It does break up a little, but the Crossfire is definitely holding out. All right, so I just got a bit freaked out there. Don't know if it'll show up in the footage, but yeah, so that's probably the squishiest one of the lot. Whew, so that was just battery number 3, and that went really well. The battery's very squishy and it didn't last very long, but that's not a concern, that's to be expected. What's great, and the reason why I have a smile on my face, is that the GoPro lasted the whole flight, which was good. That just means that I was able to get the ending where it landed nice and softly in the grass there. I've gone away from landing on the hard ground here and using the nice soft grass around here to the side, so that was good. But yeah, now I'm onto the last battery. I think it'll perform a lot better than these last 3, but yeah, only time will tell. And yeah, obviously be testing the GoPro's stamina again. I might just give it a second to cool down again though. We'll get it all back on. Get this last battery, the last graphene battery. Looks pretty cool. Camera. So this battery should have good stamina. There's really no reason for this one to be compromised. And from memory last time, it felt much better than the other 3. Looks cooler too. All right, ready for action. Definitely more confident with this battery. It just feels like it's meant to. The drone responds, it doesn't have any lag. in the way that the throttle responds to things, and obviously it just feels like it's moving quicker too. So I've just finished up with the 4th battery, and I can honestly say that this is my new favourite place to test the larger drones. There's plenty of room for me to let loose and throttle up. I was able to get about 500 metres to the east, about 500 metres to the west, and about 250 to 300 metres north. Residential behind me, so I sort of just stay in this area, but it really gives you a full opportunity to let this bird rip. It's been a lot of fun. I've been able to sort of manage the GoPro situation. The last 2 flights are recorded the whole time, so I'm feeling good that that will continue. The batteries are definitely still saggy, the old ones that is. So I think the first thing I need to do upon ordering the new sticky pads is also getting some new batteries. That will definitely give me the confidence to start getting out over the ocean again. And that's really what I'm looking forward to. This drone has amazing potential for that sort of stuff. And that's what I've got it for. So a few more times I'll come out with the new batteries and just test my skills. I feel like as I get around to it more, it does feel a bit more natural again, but never can be too good when you're pushing the limits like that. Thanks again for tuning in, and stay tuned for all the changes to come. Thanks guys.